Ladies and gentlemen, success is not an accident. It's the result of intentional actions, habits, and mindsets. Yet, why do only 4% of people achieve their dreams while 96% fall short? The difference lies in a few crucial principles. Let's uncover them today. Clarity of vision is the foundation of success, and it is one of the most critical factors that separates the 4% who achieve greatness from the 96% who fall short. Most people go through life with vague desires and undefined goals, hoping that success will somehow find them. But the truth is, hope is not a strategy. The 4% understand that success starts with a clear, precise, and vivid vision of the future they want to create. Without clarity, effort is scattered, motivation fades, and progress stalls. Clarity is the guiding compass that directs every decision, action, and choice. When you have clarity, your goals are no longer wishful thoughts. They become tangible targets that pull you forward. People who succeed don't just say, "I want to be successful" or "I want to be wealthy." They know exactly what success looks like for them. They can see it, feel it, and describe it with detail and precision. It's not just about wanting more money or better health. It's about defining what more money or better health means. Is it earning $100,000 per year, $1 million, or $10 million? Is better health being able to run a marathon, drop 50 pounds, or simply feel more energized every day? Without this level of specificity, the mind has no clear target to aim for, and when the target is blurry, it's nearly impossible to hit it. Clarity gives you the ability to visualize your desired outcome as if it has already happened. When you close your eyes, you should be able to see your future with such detail that it feels real. This process activates a powerful part of the brain called the reticular activating system, RAS. The RAS filters out irrelevant information and focuses your attention on what matters most. When you have a clear vision, your RAS begins to notice the people, opportunities, and resources that align with your goals. It's like buying a new car and suddenly seeing that same car everywhere on the road. The opportunities were always there, but clarity sharpens your awareness, making it easier to spot them. Another crucial aspect of clarity is its ability to fuel motivation. People often feel unmotivated, not because they lack discipline, but because they have no clear direction. It's hard to stay motivated when you don't know what you're working toward. But when your vision is crystal clear, every action you take feels meaningful. You wake up with purpose, and you're willing to push through challenges because you have a vivid reminder of the life you're building. This clarity creates emotional leverage. When your why is strong enough, it becomes easier. You're no longer driven by fleeting inspiration. You're driven by an internal fire that refuses to be extinguished. Clarity also provides a filter for decision-making. When opportunities, distractions, or obstacles arise, you can quickly determine if they align with your vision. This saves time and energy. Instead of chasing every shiny object, you stay focused on what matters most. People without clarity tend to jump from one idea to the next, hoping something will work. But the 4% move with precision, knowing exactly what to pursue and what to ignore. They don't waste time because their vision acts as a guide. In summary, clarity of vision is not just a nice idea, it's a necessity for success. Without it, you'll drift through life reacting to circumstances. But with clarity, you become the creator of your future. You know where you're going, why you're going there, and what it will look like when you arrive. It sharpens your focus, fuels your motivation, and empowers your decision-making. If you want to join taking massive action is one of the most critical differences between those who succeed and those who fail. While the majority of people are content with daydreaming and planning, the 4% turn their dreams into reality through relentless execution. Ideas, knowledge, and strategies mean nothing without action. In fact, overthinking and waiting for the perfect time are some of the most common traps that keep people stuck in the 96%. The truth is, there will never be a perfect time. The 4% know this and they act anyway even when they're unsure, uncomfortable, or unprepared. Massive action isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Most people believe that taking action means doing something once or twice and waiting for results. But that's not how success works. The 4% understand that success requires consistent, sustained effort over time. They don't rely on a single action, they create momentum through repeated action. Think of it like pushing a heavy boulder uphill. The first few pushes are the hardest, but with enough effort and persistence, the boulder begins to roll on its own. Many people give up during those early pushes because they don't see immediate results. But the 4% push harder and longer, knowing that momentum will eventually work in their favor. They are willing to do what others won't so they can live the life others can't. Massive action also means going beyond what's comfortable. The 96% stay in their comfort zones, taking minimal action and doing only what feels safe. But the 4% are willing to get uncomfortable. They know that real growth happens outside of comfort. They face fears, take risks, and do things that make them nervous. This is not recklessness, it's courage. Every time you do something uncomfortable, you build a new level of confidence. The 4% understand that the only way to build unshakable self-belief is to take action despite fear. They feel the fear, but they move forward anyway. Another important aspect of massive action is persistence. Most people quit when they encounter obstacles, but the 4% expect setbacks. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me, they ask, what can I learn from this and how can I move forward? Failure is not a signal to stop, it's feedback for growth. This shift in perspective allows them to stay in motion while others freeze or quit. The 4% understand that every failure is simply a step closer to success. They adjust, adapt, and keep going. Quitting is not an option. While the 96% obstacles as reasons to stop, the 4% see them as tests of commitment. Speed is another crucial element of taking massive action. The 4% don't wait for permission or the right time. They act fast and figure things out as they go. The faster you act, the more you learn. The 96% get stuck in analysis paralysis, endlessly thinking about what could go wrong. The 4% take the opposite approach. They act, make mistakes, and improve along the way. This willingness to act fast and make adjustments on the fly is why they learn faster and achieve more in less time. Waiting for certainty is a trap. The 4% understand that clarity comes from action, not thought. Massive action also requires commitment to a higher standard. The 4% don't do that. Managing state and energy is one of the most underrated yet vital principles of success. It's not just about what you do, it's about how you show up while doing it. The 4% understand that their emotional, mental, and physical state directly impacts the quality of their actions. When you're in a disempowered state, feeling tired, frustrated, or doubtful, your actions will reflect that energy. On the other hand, when you're in a peak state, feeling confident, energized, and focused, you approach tasks with power and purpose. The 4% have mastered this ability to control their state, while the 96% allow external circumstances to dictate how they feel and act. Unlike the 96%, the 4% know that energy is a finite resource. They don't waste it on things that drain them emotionally, mentally, or physically. Instead, they guard their energy like it's gold. They prioritize self-care, proper nutrition, quality sleep, and physical activity to keep their energy levels high. While the average person tries to push through exhaustion, the 4% understand that rest and recovery are essential to peak performance. They don't see rest as a luxury, they see it as a necessity for high performance. This allows them to show up each day fully charged and ready to give 100% effort. Without proper energy management, even the best plans will fail because no one can sustain success on an empty tank. The 4% also recognize the power of emotional state. Most people are reactive, allowing their emotions to be controlled by outside forces like the weather, traffic, or the opinions of others. But the 4% take control of their internal. The power of adaptability and learning is a crucial trait that separates the 4% who succeed from the 96% who fail. In a world that is constantly changing, those who cling to old ways of thinking and refuse to evolve are left behind. Success is not static, it requires continuous growth, flexibility, and the ability to adjust to new circumstances. The 4% understand that no plan is perfect and that obstacles are inevitable. What sets them apart is their ability to pivot, learn, and move forward when things don't go as expected. While the 96% complain, blame, or quit, the 4% view challenges as opportunities for growth. Adaptability begins with a mindset shift. The 4% don't see failure as a permanent state, they see it as a lesson. Every setback contains valuable information that can be used to refine strategies and improve future actions. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? The 4% ask, what can I learn from this? This approach allows them to remain proactive rather than reactive. They understand that being rigid and unwilling to change leads to stagnation. On the other hand, adaptability ensures they remain agile, ready to adjust their approach to achieve their goals. This mindset allows them to navigate uncertainty with confidence, knowing that no matter what happens, they have the ability to learn, grow, and overcome. Another key aspect of adaptability is the willingness to embrace new skills and knowledge. The world is evolving at a rapid pace, and industries, technologies, and opportunities are shifting constantly. The 4% make it a priority to stay ahead of these changes. They are lifelong learners, constantly upgrading their skills, gaining new knowledge, and seeking out mentors or coaches who can guide them. While the 96% often feel threatened by change, the 4% see it as an opportunity to become stronger and more competitive. They don't just react to change, they anticipate it. By staying ahead of the curve, they position themselves as leaders rather than followers. Adaptability also requires emotional resilience. Change can be uncomfortable, and for many it triggers fear and anxiety. The 96% often allow these emotions to paralyze them, leading to procrastination and avoidance. But the 4% have trained themselves to remain calm and composed, even when faced with uncertainty. They understand that emotions are temporary, and they don't let fear dictate their decisions. Instead, they focus on the next step, knowing that progress, no matter how small, is better than stagnation. Emotional resilience gives them the strength to weather setbacks, failures, and unexpected changes without losing sight of. Surrounding yourself with the right people is one of the most powerful success principles that separates the 4% from the 96%. It's often said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and the 4% take this idea seriously. They understand that their environment shapes their mindset, beliefs, habits, and ultimately their results. While the 96% stay in circles of negativity, doubt, and complacency, the 4% intentionally seek out people who challenge, inspire, and push them to grow. The right people serve as a support system, accountability partners, and sources of new perspectives. High achievers know that if you spend time with people who complain, procrastinate, and settle for less, you will eventually adopt the same behaviors. This is why the 4% carefully audit their social circles. They distance themselves from toxic influences, people who drain their energy, plant seeds of doubt, or criticize their dreams. This is not about arrogance or superiority, it's about protecting their mental and emotional well-being. The 4% know that negativity is contagious, and if left unchecked, it can derail even the most ambitious plans. By surrounding themselves with positive, driven individuals, they create an environment that supports growth and success. The 4% don't just avoid negative people, they actively seek out those who are ahead of them in life or business. They find mentors, coaches, and successful role models who have achieved what they aim to achieve. Rather than seeing successful people as competition, they view them as a source of inspiration and knowledge. They ask questions, seek advice, and learn from the experiences of others. This approach gives them access to valuable insights that the 96% never seek. By tapping into the wisdom of those who have already succeeded, the 4% shorten their learning curve and avoid costly mistakes. Another key aspect of surrounding yourself with the right people is accountability. While most people operate in isolation, trying to figure it out on their own, the 4% understand the power of accountability groups and masterminds. They put themselves in environments where they are held to higher standards. When you have people checking in on your progress, offering feedback, and encouraging you to push harder, it becomes nearly impossible to slack off. The 4% know that having accountability forces them to stay on track, even when motivation fades. It's easy to quit on yourself, but it's much harder to quit when others are counting on you. Collaboration is another benefit of being in the right circle. While the 96% compete for limited opportunities, the 4% believe in creating opportunities together. They understand that success is not a zero-sum game. When you collaborate with others, you gain access to new ideas, networks, and resources that you wouldn't have alone. By working with like-minded people, they leverage collective strength, which allows them to achieve more faster. Whether it's forming business partnerships, sharing industry insights, or creating projects, the 4% thrive in collaborative environments. The 4% are intentional about building relationships with people who have ambition, integrity, and a growth mindset. They know that one conversation with the right person can change the trajectory of their life. While the 96% spend their time gossiping or discussing problems, the 4% engage in conversations about opportunities, strategies, and solutions. The energy in these conversations is different. It's forward-focused and filled with possibility. This shift in dialogue fosters a mindset of abundance and possibility, keeping them motivated and inspired to aim higher. In summary, success is not a solo journey. The people you surround yourself with can either lift you up or pull you down. The 4% make conscious choices to be in rooms where excellence is the standard. They seek out mentors, join accountability groups, and build relationships with those who challenge them to grow. They understand that no one achieves greatness alone. By aligning themselves with driven, positive, and successful people, they create an environment where growth becomes inevitable. The 96% fail because they remain in circles of mediocrity, but the 4% rise because they surround themselves with greatness.